Hello and welcome to Dawntrail, everyone. Well, I already approved this opening. It looks very pretty. Well, just setting up some slight things I have to do for the countdown. There we go. Do you want to watch the opening movie? Sure.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change? Come now. There's no cause for panic. This one might make for a worthy opponent.
Oh my god, I still find that the Nutkins are so adorable.
Might you have a moment to speak further?
No, it's so cute. Just like the cockbottom, thankfully. Looks so pretty and sparkly. Looks so pretty.
Look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
You and your adventures. I trust you have not forgotten the true purpose of our voyage?
Reclamate!
You call the new world. Home. Put out.
Dawntrail. Let's go. So I want to look into customizing a rock guard first, which would mean creating a new character, but that is not allowed to save on servers, so that is going to be a later venture for me. So now we pay Q Simulator. New times are dropping. And here we are, just waiting and waiting. So, as for what my plans are today, I'm not quite sure. I feel like I'll probably just do story, not doing much of the side content stuff. Like, Not unlocking Viper or Picto at the moment. So probably go into Dark Knight and start story. Should I do my beach tribes first so that I don't forget them and can actually get lockpop? I might just do that because otherwise there's a chance I will forget, and considering I'm like 2 or 3 days away. But step 1 is beating the hardest boss in the game, the Q. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Really, the most exhilarating content of an expansion launch. Okay. What you gonna do? Other than just sit there and patiently wait. At least you're logged in. At least you're in the queue. I'm 2000. Let's go. And thank you, Vonnie. I will do my best to enjoy it.
Hello there.
Annie Jella, thank you very much for following. Hope you enjoy it. Appreciate the follow. This is nothing. 1.9 thousand is nothing. During Endwalker, there were queues upwards of the 14,000 that I've seen. Like, honestly, this is nothing compared to what we had in Endwalker, so I'm very happy with these queue times. Yeah, the Endwalker release queues were something else, to be sure. I'm just glad they like updated their hardware so they were much more prepared this expansion. Nice. I mean, I was ready to launch the game like right away, but I did end up like watching the intro movie. Like my queue started at 3K, so if I had started logging sooner, I would have been in sooner. But I decided to watch the opening movie. Thank you very much, Annie, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Vani, and Vani, enjoy your tier 1 sub. I mean, to be fair, it's probably worth it to do because of basically any minute you wait will like increase the queue by quite a bit. Like like with me, how I mean, like I watched the opening movie and I got like 1 or 2 thousand higher in the queue than some other people that went in straight away. So if you want to be able to play it, it's definitely understandable that you basically quit whatever. Like I started my stream 5 minutes before the expansion launched. Like I was sitting here with a countdown timer, just waiting until I could press the button to get there fairly soon. Yeah, I mean, I haven't obviously seen any myself. The only class I have seen with the new graphics has been the Viera in my oh no, not even the Viera, the Rough Guard that I made during the benchmark, which should be here somewhere. Like if I do window capture. Why are you being stubborn? God damn it. I mean, I could show a Rogadin, but I do not want to exit the queue to log into my alt. Let's do display capture. This will define wrong display. Let's change to that one. Oop. And let's maybe resize it a bit. This was the character I made in the I actually made 2 characters in the what is called benchmark. These are like the only like my own characters so far that I have seen in the new thing. And we are 1.4 in queue. more than halfway there. Soon. Eventually. Maybe. Well, definitively. Unless, like, my internet dies. But despite it not being the greatest weather, it's not that bad weather today. So, internet should be holding up. I mean, right now it's 18 degrees outside according to my phone. But like yesterday we had like upwards towards the 27s, so I'm just glad that at least today it's not melting temperature. Hello, Haley. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, and I know it's very thrilling content. Thrilling content. Thank you very much for the follow. Glad you appreciate the stream. Yeah, I would love to use my Fantasia to change into Rough Girl, which is what I wanted to do. But considering the queues, I will wait a bit on that. Yeah, like you can't even like create a new character or anything. So I guess at least the benefit is that if you don't wait, you get a new free Fantasia from the quests in Ul'dah. So there is that. At least you aren't completely out of Fantasias if you didn't have any extra. But I suspect that you're probably not the only one in deciding to try and do that and then realizing that you could. I mean, playing on the free trial isn't that bad. Like, you have Stormblood at least, right? Which is quite a bit of gameplay to do. And Yella, thank you for gifting a sub to Ali as well. Thank you very much for 2 gift subs today. Oh yeah, like there's so much content you can do. I mean, if you really wanted to, technically, if you have Stormblood on free trial, you can have ultimates, like ultimate people. Like you can get clear ultimates as a free trial. You can? You sure about that? Because it is level 70 content. Yes, I have lived in Sweden for the past 16 years. Well, thank you very much for joining in. And have fun in the game yourself. Interesting that they would do that. I'm actually opening up the free trial restrictions page. Ah, okay, cannot play ultimate trades. Never mind, disregard what I said before then. I was not aware of that fact. Guess I learned something new. I mean, it kind of makes sense because the limited amount of communication and stuff you can have. Yes, and I guess also to prevent people from using those to, like, using free trial characters to carry people in ultimates. Because the whole reason is to, like, also why the free trials are limited trading and stuff is so that people don't use that for RMT. Which makes sense as to why they would limit ults from that same content then. Somewhere. I don't know. Probably hanging out in his little pillow fort. At least that is what I would guess where he is. I just went up and looked, and yes, he is in fact in his pillow fort. Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you very much for jumping in and watching, and also for sharing the stream with other people. Appreciate it very much. Only 300 left. Almost there. So close. $261. know if it's my PC or if it is like Discord or something, but sometimes my left click seems to be broken. But hopefully that's temporary. Worst case, I do have a backup mouse already ordered after this one started giving me some issues earlier. There we go. We're in. Ah, yes, that I'm losing. That. Mogpennium? I'm pretty sure I already know this Gauge game, but thank you very much. And there it is. The remnants of gap closures that do damage. Would say you're gonna be missed, but not really. And where's the new gap closer? Because I feel like I want that. There it is. And delirium and delirium. So I guess I can get rid of one. Okay, what else has changed? Yes, okay, salted earth combo, that's fine. Yes, that makes sense. There's level 96 stuff I'll not worry about right now. And hey. Hello, Ipian. At the moment I'm just looking at new class stuff, so I guess you can look for now, but I will be starting to do the story soon, so at that point I suggest you stop watching. Yeah, thank you very much for giving me the view time. I appreciate that. Yes, there were some new hairstyles added. That is correct. Also, it's gonna be so weird. Like, I am so going to still autopilot to press Shadow Stride to do damage. Because that's what Plunge used to do. There's gonna be so many times I press Plunge to do damage just out of pure habit. I was in the queue for but let's see. I guess I could technically tell by the VOD. If you give me a second. Assuming my VODs are still live uploaded and that setting hasn't been turned off. Yes. Watch. Let's see. I entered the queue. See. So I entered the queue at about 15 minutes into the stream, so about 40 minutes ago was when I started the queue at Precision 3000. I'm still not doing spoil. I mean, this might be. I want to do beast tribes in Mare Lamentorum, so that would unfortunately start to classify as spoilers for you, Iffy, because new races that you will encounter during Endwalker. And once I've done that, I would be starting the main story. So, for your own sake, I would suggest you mute the tab and close it up and do your own thing and have fun. But if you need me for anything, you still know where to find me on Discord at least. Appreciate the support either way. This teleportation cast is your warning before you will see a spoiler area. So, thank you. Bye-bye. Don't me just pressing a bunch of buttons and trying to remember what my keybind is to open a GeForce experience, but I can't remember. It's not important then. I want to be able to see what my FPS is like, but I have no clue. Ah yes, societies. Not quite sure what I feel about that renaming. I mean, yes, it makes sense. It just feels weird to refer to them as societies. I mean, that's what they are. It just sounds weird to not call them a society, but having referred to them as beast tribes for so long. Oh my god, look at that turning animation. It no longer looks like you're just turning on, like... Oh my god, I love it. That looks so much better. Like, it doesn't look like you just flip around on an axis like this. It actually looks like you're turning. Oh, that looks so much better. I want to see if there's some... Are there some of the basic... Does the Torgal mount do it? Yes, it does. It looks weird because I'm so not used to it, but it looks so much better. I'll probably slap on Mount Roulette on this. Oh, there we go. Quickly. Oh, no, I didn't want to start searching. I'm gonna rebind the 0 button on the. Is this? No. The assignments. You. Just. You. Monkey press. Just rebound so that I can spam click interact. Not that I'll be using it to spam for the story. It looks so nice to have the tilting mounts. There you are. One further down. Is that icon new? I do not remember the icons looking like that for like extra XP. many people are already in party finder for new stuff? No. Selling tank touching keys. Ah, yes. Love those people that are just trying to make the best out of the situations. Awesome stuff. Hello, Mr. A-Rank. Miss A-Rank. I am going to pretend you're not there. Because I do not feel like dying. Why am I bad at this quest? There it is. Oh. Probably click it twice. Could also just teleport if I wanted to be cheap. Well, lazy, not cheap. Cheap would be to not teleport. How close am I now? That is 2 days. Oh, here we go. To the presumably clusterfuck of people. I should check my settings. Glorious FPS. Okay, that looks good to me. Holy frame rate. Welcome back, Lizzie. I have word from Aaronville. It seems he's managed to secure passage to Tyrol aboard a guildship vessel. Why don't you wait in the main hall while I go and inform your travel companions? It should take a moment. Ooh, it's a nice jingle. What does it record my FPS as? Okay, yeah, so it is just because let's try then and change this over to what it was, which is AMD. I'm at like 15. Okay, let's keep it at this then. And we stand around and wait. Well, this we're fairly good at this point. Ojika gave us the good news. We have made ready to set sail at a moment's notice. The only one yet to arrive is Aaronville himself. And Vuklamat, obviously. Ah, you're all here. OBS, you're good. You seem to be struggling. I don't know why. It should reach fine. Ah, you're all here. It took some persuasion, but the Gleaner Guild ship has granted us place aboard a vessel bound for Tyrol. There will be other passengers, researchers and artisans and the like, so we'll need to share deck space. That's fine, Aaronville. I doubt anyone except we would have a ship all to ourselves. They're not casting off just yet, so if you have any lingering concerns, now's the time to voice them. I wouldn't call it a concern, but everyone's still clear on what we'll be doing in Tyrol, yes? We have not forgotten. The nation of Tuloyolal is in the midst of deciding its next ruler. As your chosen allies, we shall assist you during the rite of succession and support your bid to become Dawn Servant. In addition to that, Elfino and I have another objective. As part of its reconstruction, Garlemald seeks ways to reconcile and re-engage with its neighbors. By visiting Tyrol, we hope to learn more about its myriad culture interacting with one another, how they can find common ground, develop stronger ties, the sort of insight that might help our friends in Ilsabard. But we'll pursue this goal in our own time. You can rest assured that we'll give the contest all due attention. That's all I ask. Otherwise, you're welcome to do as you like. You want to find out about your grandfather, right, Krad? Yes. As far as we could determine from the old missive I found, he has been tasked with investigating the Golden City by your father, the Dawn Servant. Yet oddly enough, we have no record of the investigation in our archive, and nothing to explain the earring which accompanied the letter. Thus, for reasons both official and personal, I should very much like to get to the bottom of this mystery. I'm sure there'll be a chance to speak with Papa. You can get your answers right from the source. I'm looking forward to meeting him. In any case, you're not the only one with the interest in the City of Gold. The Golden City is a children's bedtime story. I'm part of this expedition only because the third promise has commanded that I serve as guide. Still playing the part of the stoic servant, I see. What of you? Don't you dare tell me you've changed your mind. Hoist sail and let the wind take us as she pleases. Well said. We won't get far wallowing in the shallows. Right then. If all still committed to the journey, then I say we make ready to depart. Eager as they are, the others have already left for the hotbed. We're not in danger of missing the boarding call, but perhaps we should be on our way as well.
Savoring the moment? I can feel your excitement, your eagerness to explore the unknown.
Well, for once, the fate of the world doesn't rest on our shoulders. We might even get a chance to enjoy ourselves.
Do not be so quick to relax. Oh, Tural may seem but a short sail away on a map. The vast seas between brim with peril. The treacherous waters of Shade's Triangle alone have claimed countless vessels. Even following the safe route plotted by Admiral Bufiswin herself, this will be no pleasure cruise.
Perhaps, but my voyage here was uneventful enough. Disappointingly so.
Either way, the two of you have first-hand experience, which will be of great comfort in the days ahead, I'm sure.
Aye, it's nothing new to us.
All aboard! We're casting off! It's time. I trust you have everything you need?
I have a sword.
And so does our ship cast off from the docks. We sail west, as Captain Ram did some 80 years past, bound for the New World, known to her children as the continent of Toral.
Just wait, Papa. When this contest is said and done, it'll be your daughter who sits the throne. Me, Woklamat!
Wouldn't it have been shorter to sail from Limsa? Or am I using logic now?
Smooth sailing so far?
Aye, so far so good. The made this trip before. Several times, in fact. I was able to learn a few things about Tuliolal and the right of succession. Since we still have a long way to go, why not have a chat with them yourself? I'm sure you have questions of your own.
I just realized the cloth textures.
Across these same waters, grandfather.
Looks so nice, the new cloth like bandana part she has. Look at your shipmate. Stroll is still a good distance away, and it might be a pleasant way to pass the time. Okay. Alize. I can feel my edge start to dull on these long sea voyages. How about some light sparring later? Okay. Alize just wants to fight. Oh, this is your first visit to Toronto? Onientine's the name. I was working at Astime Aesthetics in Ulda, you see, but my employment with them came to an end. That's why I visited Charlian in hopes of starting over. While I was attempting and failing to find a new job, I seized the chance to board this vessel when I overheard room for another passenger had suddenly opened up. Thank you very much. I am very happy with how my character looks. I'm told the Dawn servants welcome all regards of origins, so Tuliolal seems to be the perfect place to begin anew. Hopefully things will be better this time. Get some. Good luck. Here you go. I'm very happy with the character I managed to create. Does look a little bit angry, because I feel like the face just looks different. The face looks a lot more puffy, but that might just be one of the many things that has changed in the customization that can be fixed up. But other than that, I'm very happy with the character, yeah. I see you in Eorzea before. You great and famous hero. Yeah, I've had enough of playing the simpleton. There was a time when we took great pains to maintain the deception, but with more of your Eorzeans coming to Tural, it's become impractical. Besides, my mercenary days are over. Too many of our warband have fallen, and we've had, and so we head home to lick our wounds. My story? Well, since you asked, I wanted to retrace the historical journey of the great Ketenram. You know, the first Eorzean to set foot in Tural almost 80 years ago. The Momaldia's leader is said to have welcomed Ketenram with open arms and sent him home with a bounty of silverware as a token of their friendship. But the real treasure was the crops he brought back. Popotos, tomatoes, and corn, which spread across Eorzea like wildfire. His grand adventure led to a culinary revolution. The Teoseo Ketenram returned to Tural several times after that, but his ship vanished during his last recorded voyage, and he was never heard from again. That even a seasoned explorer like him could meet such an ending is a testimony to the ocean's peril. I am sure our journey is gonna go flawlessly and there's going to go nothing wrong, because never has our character gone to do something which was supposed to be simple and it went tits up anyway. Look at me. An adventure, I presume? I'm a merchant myself, based in Ulda. Specialty imports and exports, Eorzean and Turali both. If this is your first crossing the salt, as they say, do remember that the social mores of Eorzea are not necessarily the same as those over yonder. Consider this, it's not uncommon for various races to be referred to instead by names of certain clans. For the Mikote, the Hetzaro, the Hrothgar, the Xbaral, Not because members of a given clan is the same race, mind, but because many individuals of said race are associated with that clan. A fair assumption in certain cases, but take care not to give offense. Don't be racist. Got it. What you doing, Alfina? I'm told this vessel has been equipped with a barrier generation to protect from storms. A reassuring thought, though I nevertheless pray that there will be no need for it. Yeah, same. Do you want to make a wager? We're taking bets on who will sit next in the Dawn Servant's shiny chair. There are 4 claimants in the Rise of Secession. Your young Buklamat being one of them, of course. But from what Mamukya Blok was telling us, the other 3 are strong contenders. Not too many keen to risk their coin on the third promise. And it's sold Shardian. Nope, don't want to go there. Did you learn anything of interest? Oh, I hadn't heard that about the clan names. We should have Wuklamat and Urenvel teach us the ones we should know. Actually, it's getting a little chatty up here on deck. Let's all gather in the cabin. Thank you so much, Vanizaki. I fucking knew it. I told you it wasn't gonna be a smooth, perfect, non-interesting occurrence journey. Of course we had to encounter a storm.
We're in for a proper storm, it seems.
How's your stomach? Any better?
I don't know what you mean. I don't get seasick.
No.
I'm just feeling a little nauseous is all.
Isn't that what seasickness is?
Erenville, you were born in Tural, yes? Do many of you ever live there?
The Shatona, as my people are called, have settlements mainly in the north, in Shaptural.
And your family?
I know nothing of my father, not even his name. As for my mother...
Oh dear.
Come, we should lend what aid we can.
Told you it wasn't gonna be a smooth journey. How did I know? Because our character is involved, and we can never have things go easy and as intended, can we?
I have not seen the ocean rage with such fury before or since.
The heaving waves tossed our ship about like a toy, sending sailors tumbling. The dauntless Alizé, quick to the rescue, was almost lost to the sea herself. Meanwhile, our champion rushed to deploy the vessel's magical defenses, and thereby shield us from the lightning.
ordinary life she must lead to be able to operate such a device with practiced ease.
We've been through a little bit.
Muklama, too, threw herself into the rescue efforts, though one might have mistaken her for another soul in distress. By the time the unruly seas had calmed, our strength was all but spent, and we had yet to even glimpse the shores of Tural. In retrospect, of course, that battle against the storm would prove a fitting prelude to the coming contest for the throne.
I need to increase the voice lines audio. Very bright. Well, at least the weather is better.
Morning. Joining us for some fresh air? Seems my belly has settled along with the weather, but I'll feel much better once we're on solid ground. Ugh. Can't be much farther now, can it?
Seabirds. Land must be near. You need only hold out a while longer.
For a dark moment, I thought the ocean might swallow us. Glad to have my pessimism proven wrong.
In other good news, I examined the sailor who took a fall, and he's faring well. I'm sure he'll make a full recovery.
Good news indeed.
Fuck.
Ships have to lower anchors some way from shore. Too close, and they risk having their underbellies ripped open by the reefs that crowd Tuliola's coasts. Come.
So he said, good news indeed. If all's well, then we needn't delay in launching the landing boat.
Thanks for bringing us all this.
Ha! We only did what we were paid to do. Couldn't hardly set you adrift halfway. If anything, it should be us thanking you for helping us through that beast of a storm. As a matter of fact, everyone's starting to fancy your chances in the contest. At this rate, we won't be able to lay wagers no more.
Then I better not let you down. Easy, stomach. Easy.
We're the last to board. If there's nothing left to say, then let's shove off, shall we?
Let's go. Just the sea looks so pretty.
Blue seas, clear skies, and boundless possibilities. I dare say our destination will soon be in sight.
Enjoying yourself for a change?
There, look, my friends. Behold the scene of our next great adventure.
We have come to the land you call the
I approve much more of this version of her.
my own. Tura.
And there we go. Dawntrail. I'm guessing most people are already logged in, or like some people logged in just to like get a quick view and then logged off before like work or whatever. Delete your land. Looked. I like the music here. Very energetic. Very jazzy, I think, is the style. I'm not very good with music styles, but it's nice.
Gods, I've seen cities with an impressive mix of cultures, but this is something else.
Is that a... No. I've never seen Vanu feathers in that color before.
They're the gay Vanus.
You'll find much here you never knew existed. There may be a sea route now, but visitors to Pulihiola are still few and far between. And as we don't build seafaring ships, only a handful of Turali ever venture abroad.
Mamulja sellswords mostly. Those willing to play the fool sail with Lominsan merchants to secure employment in Eorzea.
I suppose that makes us a rare sight in your country.
Rare and currently undocumented. Were there some forms we should fill out or...
Wrong button.
Forms? Did you forget who you're traveling with?
You are outsiders? Visitors to Tural?
We are.
Our nation is soon to hold a right of succession to choose its next dawn servant. We will not abide interference from foreign agents seeking to foment trouble. What brings you to Tuli Yolal?
I can answer that. These fine people are allies in my succession bid.
Third promise. If you vouch for them, then all is well. Of course. Please, accept our apologies.
No need to bow and scrape. That our soldiers are so diligent in their duties fills me with pride.
We'll be continuing our patrol then.
Well, well. You really are a figure of authority here.
Are you suggesting I don't look the part? Anyway, first things first. I bid you welcome to Tuli Yolal.
There's actually someone in here from my friends list. Somewhere in this mess. Yeah. Somewhere in there. Ah. Jesus Christ, there's so many people here. Let me just run off into the distance. Let's see. This water looks very nice and blue. The game is not very happy with the amount of people, as can be expected. Well, I'm just gonna quickly go to the bathroom, so be right back. And I have returned. Well, despite the storm's effort to the contrary, we are here, safe and sound. I like this new jingle. You have arrived into Yolala. You can return to the city at any time by speaking with the swarthy sailor in Scholar's Harbor in Old Charleon. There. Mountain chromite weapon. It's not better yet. Not yet. Soon, but not yet. While being on solid ground has improved Wuklamat's mood, her stomach appears to be lagging behind. No. I was supposed to increase the dialogue. Right then, first things first. Still a bit queasy. No more boats for a while. I realized we have just arrived, but we should get familiar with the city before the rite of succession begins. No arguments here. I would very much like to explore. Then I'll guide you. Are you sure you're in any condition to do so? Aha! We were wondering who these strange folk were, so the third promise has found herself some new followers then. Followers. Wuklamat, are you unwell? No, not at all. Couldn't be better. The third promise does not get seasick. No, sir. As for my hand-picked entourage here, I've recruited them to help me with the rite of succession. I was about to show them around the city, in fact. That sounds lovely. But a group of foreigners is going to attract attention, especially if they're in the company of the third promise. Everyone will be curious. We certainly were. Your siblings have a tendency to command at a respectful distance, but you're just so easy to approach. And I enjoy it so much when you do. Please, don't ever worry that you're a bother to me. You're very kind. Good day to you, third promise. They did have a point. Wuklamat is technically royalty here. Like it or not, a person of her stature surrounded by many outsiders bound to draw a crowd. Wait, what do you mean, technically? I suggest we move in 2 groups so as to attract less attention. Just technically ignoring me, then. Lucy, you and Kyle can come with me. I'll take the twins then. We'll get in touch once we have had a good look around. The voyage was hard on all of us, so take it slow and recuperate. We have enough time for that. Enjoy your wanderings. Perhaps we should wait a bit, at least until Wuklamat's nausea subsides. No need for that. Look, I am ready to go. And she's doing totally fine. Okay, so... no. Okay. See if that's better. I'm fine now, really. Can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself. What with the contest can't stand around all day feeling sorry for myself, what with the contest looming and all. Now then, seeing as we're already here, I might as well tell you about the harbor. Aaronville already mentioned the reefs in our coastal water, which explains why you don't see any big ships moored at the docks. Only vessels with shallow drafts can navigate the bay. Mostly small fishing boats and barges ferrying cargo up and down the river from inland settlements. Much of the incoming traffic is from Yogg-Tural, the southern landmass. The clans there produce various goods for export. I don't know why I just slipped into a massive dialect there. Their wares are unloaded here and carted off to the merchant stalls in the neighboring market. Speaking of which, Bayside Bevy should be our next stop. Buklamat and Krail are now accompanying you. Keep them at your side in order to progress the quest objective. Yeah, the same. Yes, we've done these quests before. Thank you. This is a big city map. Let's see what the... Welcome. Come seeking work, have you? You'll want to have a word with Mali Holly. I'm sure she received a few requests to trade moments that you should have confirmed. How did the Wings of Reflection offer work to willing artisan by way of petition filled by citizens of Tural? If you would make further inquiries, you need to speak to Mali Holly. Ah, that guy believes. Person, okay. This is Bayside Bevy, Tuliyolal's largest market. Being right on the harbor, everything from fresh fish to import wares go directly to the shelves. Anything you want, they most likely have. Alright, I should mention that here in Tuliyolal, we buy things with Pel, a currency that the Pelu Pelu created. But don't worry, more and more trades is coming in from Eorzea, so most shops are happy to accept your guild. There's also Wachimekimeki, another market to the east of here, but that can wait for another time. I have other places I want to show you first. Next, we'll head back a bit, then northwards up the stairs to a certain plaza. Hehe, can't wait to see the look on your faces. There's an Aether Current over there. You're gonna have to wait because I'm picking up the Aether Current. Let me check system config. And it would do. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. This way. Let's attune to the 8th, right? What do you think of that, eh? Goodness me, you have Aetherites into La Loyal? I think I told you before, but my brother, Koana, spent 3 years studying in Sharian. He fell in love with the nation and its ways, and brought back to us the knowledge of Aetherite construction. Papa warmed to the ideal at once, had one built immediately. Did you do the attuning thing? If you're ready to continue, we'll head down again and then up the slope to the side. Right at the top is the gate which leads to Yaktural. Or Zaktural? Zaktural. Let's make a stop at Bright Plume's post on the way though. That's the headquarters for the Landsguard. Which is this way. Yeah, we're already much better at dancing. Discuss Tuliolal's elevation. We have a lot of narrow, winding streets that crawl up the side of the mountain. As you can see, though, the builders made sure the city's main thoroughfares were wide enough to accommodate wagons. And here we're getting a solid 60 again, so it's just when there's like a lot of people that it absolutely shits itself. Lightning Post. Here we are, Bright Bloom Post. The soldiers stationed here are responsible for defending Tuliyulal and preserve the peace. The land guards are led by a nation's strongest warriors, and so naturally Papa has commanded them since the beginning. At least until 3 years ago, when Sural Ya took over as commander. The title is no empty honor, it means the first promise is considered equal to the Dawn Servant in martial strength. Meanwhile, I haven't even managed to... We'll discuss my brother and their accomplishments later. Alfino and Alize should be around to hear it too. Come on, it's time to show you the Skygate. It's right at the northern end of Talon Marsh. Who are you? This right here is Brightburn Closed, also known as the Landguard headquarters. Under the command of the great Soralja, we hone our combat skills in order to apprehend any threats detected on patrol. You may come and go as you like, but don't cause trouble, you hear me? Bye-bye, frame rate. That's a big door. Massive, isn't it? And on the other side is an equally massive bridge to march. Both were constructed by a race of giants, the Yokyu. Strictly speaking, Tural is actually two separate continents. Yoktural, the southern island of the mother, and Xaktural? Yeah, Xaktural, the northern lands of the father, which lie beyond the bridge. Legend said it used to be one great landmass, but long ago, the two gods fought a titanic battle, and when one threw the other to the ground, the impact was so devastating as to split the continent in twain. A familiar sounding tale. I am put to mind of the conflict between Heidelin and Zodiark. But getting back to Xaktural, those lands are also part of the Tuliyolal nation, correct? That's right. Isn't my father incredible? He united the people of 2 continents into a single nation. The many clans of Tyrell had been at war for generations. It was only when Papa traveled the land and put a stop to their myriad conflict that we finally had peace. And that... God fucking damn it. And that's the main reason I want to win the throne, so I can preserve the peace he built. But I see you're more interested in what's behind the gate than hearing about my aspirations. Crossing the bridge to Zaktural requires a special travel pass. Unfortunately, they won't issue any with new permits until the right of succession is over. I promise to get you one when I'm door servant, but until then, you'll just have to wait. Then I'll make sure you win. Mark my word. You really mean that? Heh. Woe to understand that. Woe to anyone who stand between you and adventure. We must have covered half the city by now. Tuliyolal is unlike any other place I've visited. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. City of Stairs. Buklamat is ready to commence the second half of your Tuliyolal tour. We'll head west next, towards the Arch of the Dawn. The dirigible landing is on the way. You have dirigibles too? Tuliyolal certainly doesn't want for method of travel. We get by. Now, if you've seen enough of this area, let me know and we'll continue on. Oh, let's go. The Arch of the Dawn is on the other side of the city, so speak up if you see something interesting. Speak up if you see something that interests you as we walk. Accompanying me, yes. I'm still struggling to conceive how one could build an entire city in the side of a mountain. This was the original site of Yorkview Temple. The giants built it when they were making the bridge of... Zaktural? To appease the gods, a god who slumbers in the great ocean trench. After that, Yorkview withdrew, and the temple stood empty for centuries. So when Papa was establishing his new nation, he saw a structure he could refurbish into a palace, sitting perfectly in the center of Tural. He gathered artisans to do work, and the houses they built for themselves became the foundation of the city you see today. Speaking of houses, we'll pass through the Resplendent Quarter, the biggest resident district in Tuliyolal. We'll climb these sets of stairs here, all the way up. Oh, let's go. Ooh, this is pretty. Pretty place. Up. Okay, they do actually. But nice, you actually get to walk all over the place. Nice. Discuss the palace. Papa's palace is called Volokshonsa, which roughly translates to invincible resilience. You probably want to take a closer look, but we'll be coming back here later. Let's move on for now. The sheer scale of this place is incredible. I wonder what the carvings in the top represent. FC member. City is so fucking pretty. I despise heat and like warm places, but I would genuinely love to visit this place. So this is the Resplendent Quarter. What manner of people live here? Oh, we have residents from all the Yoctoral clans. Mamubliak, Sbaral, Pelupelu, Moblin, Hanu. We also have Tonawavta, Hetzaro, and Shetano, who moved south from the ancestral land in Tural. In essence, it's a gathering of people from every corner of Tural. A true representation of Tuliyolal's diverse character. The adornments on each building contribute to the eclectic cultural aesthetic. It's all so beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Come on, we continue down the stairs. Oh god, there goes my FPS. There are some people close by. Well, lots of people. Oh, I should pick up the 8, right? Aephorites are very pretty too. They actually just let you do that. I love that. Although now I did miss the optional talking points, and I need to backtrack. I just appreciate that they just let you just yeet yourself up. A black essence! You're so cute. Look at it. Hang on. No. Welcome. If it's a package you need, then look no further. Before we get you settled up, I'll need to add your name to the register. That will make things smoother the next time you need a ride. Love them. The alpacas just made a long journey. I'm giving them a bit of rest. That storm really churned up the trail and my four-legged friends are having a harder time than usual. Aww. Yeah. No. Look at them, they're so cute. Pet. No. You're having a sleep. No, it's having a rest. Where do I go? I have just gone a complete wrong direction because I got distracted by alpacas. Wanted to go up here. Large drum? Oh, that one. The big drum there is called the Dawn Herald. They play it for normal occasions, like when honoring the land guard's return from a dangerous duty. Formal, not normal. I tried hitting it with my axe once and ripped the skin. Earned me a proper scolding, let me tell you. I think that was the time Papa held me upside down by the ankles. No. Never seen such an enormous drum. What would one even use to beat such an instrument? A really big hammer. We'll go up to it. Looks like we can. Let's see. Sidetrack number 2. This time, giant drum. And yep. No. No. That sidetrack completed. Let's go. And here are our interruptions. Not bad, eh? I heard other nations use airship to sail the sky, but you'll only find balloons in Tuliolal. We make them for the exact same reason as the Aetherite. Koana brought back the plans from Sharian, and Papa thought them fantastic and commissioned their construction. This was around 3 years ago. Since the time, we've added flights to other settlements. Trade with frontier communities has never been easier. But that's enough about dirigibles. Dirigibles, yes. The Arch of Dawn awaits. You say that, but I saw an Aetherite current. I wanna go look. It's in an Aetherite current, an Aethernet shard. This is it. The Arch of Dawn. The Dawn. When the giants were still here, it was known as the Yoctural Landgate. But when Papa founded Tuliulal, everyone began to use its present name in honor of his great achievement. Though this gate is Kozama-uku, through this gate is Kozama-uka, the wetland south of the city. Depending on what the right of succession asks of us, we might end up going in that direction. Kozama-uka, the name alone is intriguing. Speaking of which, what were those fluffy animals we passed earlier? They're alpacas and they're fucking adorable, is what they are. Ah, those are alpacas. Fearsome four-legged fiends. Fearsome? They seem quite placid to me. You'll learn soon enough, Kyle. You'll learn soon enough. But forget the alpacas. I have something far more important to show you. Come along. If you wish to learn the history of Tuliulal, then look no further. These stone pillars, you mean? I should make myself some food soon as well. Let's see. Kyle regards the stone pillars curiously. What is special about these pillars, if I may ask? At a glance, they might look like ordinary stone decorations, but if you take a really good look, you'll see that there's something much more interesting. So we're gonna investigate them. Oh. Should probably interact with this first. Following events cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Inspect the stone pillars. Yes. Let's go. Long cutscenes. Pictures? Wait, no. These are glyphs. They seem to tell a series of stories, many of them featuring a two-headed Mamulja. Oh, then this must be... That's right. It follows the exploits of my father, Gulalyaya, and his journey to unite our lands. We call it the Tuliulal Saga. The deeds he performed and the bonds he forged, all immortalized in stone. No better way to learn how Tuliulal came to be. Study them as long as you like. This pillar tells the lay of the Brotherhood. It depicts the scene where Papa granted an audience to the foreign explorer, Ket something, I can't remember the name. I can never remember the name. You mean Ketenram? Ah, that's the one. Ketenram's arrival in Tural is what prompted Papa to embark on his own journey. It said the two grew to be close friends, brothers in spirit if not in blood, but no one knows what became of the explorer in later years. Ketenram's disappearance is a mystery in Eorzea as well. The records say he traveled between our lands and yours for a while, but then it is assumed he was lost at sea. I think that adds a checkmark to the ones you've looked at. Here we have the Lay of Reeds. This is the story of when Papa visited the Hanu Hanu in their village in Kozama Uka. Ah, the people Elfina almost mistook for Vanu Vanu, if not for their colorful plumage. He spent a fair bit of time among the Vanu in the Sea of Clouds, so it's no surprise he took an interest in your countrymen. I don't know how it is with your Vanu, but our Hanu are a bright and cheerful sort. They hold this one festival every year, very famous and lots of fun. This one recounts the Lay of Repast. As you can tell, the figure depicted here is of the Xbral, like me. For decades, the Xbral and the Amulja were at war for control of the forest of Yaktel. The action Papa took to end the conflict has since been hailed as the first step in the founding of Tuli Yolal. There's a clan of Hrothgar in Bosnia known as Helion. In their society, the women rule as queens, and men serve as devoted subjects. Yet here in Tural, Xbral men and women appear to be of equal status. How dramatically culture can vary with location. Oh, let's see. This one is the Lay of Pots, which depict the moblin of Kozama Uka. They might wear odd masks and sound weirdly muffled when they talk, but the gold and silver work they sell is the best you'll find anywhere. Moblin goods are a standard when it comes to gift giving. Clearly the Vanu aren't the only people with distant Turali counterparts. If you're done with the first half, we can move on to the second. Oh, you're still talking so much. Lay of Gold. The Lay of Gold. This pillar shows one of the Pelu Pelu whose homeland is in Urkopacha. Having created our currency, the Pelu are rightfully known as the Merchant Clan. They oversee Tuli Yolal's markets, and their traveling peddlers are a common sight no matter where you go in Tural. Don't let their size fool you. They might be mistaken as Shillen, but beneath those beaked masks, they are clever and calculated traders. Lay of Ice. Oh, this is one of my favorites. The Lay of Ice. It's a battle with the legendary Tural Vidral, Villigarmanda. I should explain. A Tural Vidral is a creature that has lived far beyond its usual lifespan and awakened to preternatural power. Tataru described the Far Eastern auspices in a similar fashion. Could this be the same phenomenon? Valigarmanda itself was dubbed the Sky Ruin, a name earned for the destruction and terror it visited upon Tural every time it stirred from its slumber. But 8 years or so ago, its ruinous reign was brought to an end. After a great struggle, Papa and his comrade managed to overcome the raging Vidral and seal it away in the Urkupaka Mountains. Despite its reputation, however, Valir Garmanda is also a symbol of power. That's why you'll see its likeness on Tuli Yolal's national emblem and adorn the banners at the palace. Lay of Proof. Ah, the Lay of Proof. The big fellow of the Yokhu, the largest of Tural's people. The giants once used their great siphon strength to establish a dominion encompassing all of Yok Tural. Having brought the southern reaches to heel, they then turned northwards, setting their sight on Xaktural. You recall the massive bridge they built beyond the Skygate? Sometime after launching their northern campaign, however, they just gave up. They abandoned the lands they'd conquered and withdrew into the mountains of Urkopaka, and have never been seen any of their kind so much as set foot in the city. This was a people with the power and resources to raise a temple on the mountaintop and build a bridge across the sea with stone. What could move them to renounce their ambitions and their place in Turali history? Blank pillar. Oh, this one is unmarked. Papa said he left a blank pillar for the next chapter in Tuliolal's history, whatever that might be. Had your fill of history then? Yes, thank you. What a nice way to drop a bunch of lore. I like it. Glad to hear it. You know, I feel awfully hungry all of a sudden. No surprise there, seeing I couldn't keep anything down for a while. But now I think I'm ready to eat again. Let's go and have ourselves a bite of the local delicacy. Come, I'll take you to the best restaurant in the city. I like the sound of that. Who's this? My apologies, madam. There are no vacancies at present. Oh, yeah, yes. Probably head to where Wuklamat actually is. I get this one? Yes. Have you ever had tacos? They're a Tuliyolal classic. You bake a crunchy shell made from corn flour and fill it with meat and salad. Lots of shops and stalls sell them, but I like how they're made here at Xabalyav Tia best. And I need one right in front of me right now. Let's head downstairs and place an order with old Baruk Evu.
companions must sample your heavenly tacos. One for each of us, please.
Right away, promise. And I'll pack them tight with my choicest feelings. Only the best for you and your friends.
Did you hear the Silver Scares are back? Seems their overseas foray ended in disaster. More than half their warband is missing, including their leader.
Aye. And now keen to rebuild their broken reputations, the survivors seek the Golden City. A fool's errand. How many hopefuls have disappeared in search of that fable? They should count their lucky stars they came home alive at all.
The legend of the Golden City is well known here, I take it.
It is, but as no one's ever seen it, many question if there is any truth to the tale. Like our skeptical Erinville.
I can't imagine the Dawn Servant would request a formal survey for a place that doesn't exist.
Now to find a spot with a pleasant view to enjoy our crunchy spoils.
Why does it have to rain?
Oh. Oh.
If it isn't the third promise.
Oh. No.
I don't know these ones. New salt.
Dredge from foreign waters is my guess, brother.
Of course, that's it. Wuklamat is so afraid of the coming contest that she went crying for special help.
Was there something you wanted, Bakul Jaja?
The third promise remembers us! Such an honor!
Glory on your name, brother.
And on yours, brother.
I know my rivals for the throne. Nothing more.
Another child of the Dawn Servant?
No, this brute.
We have no ties to their farce of a family. Unlike the sneevling house cat, we are blessed siblings, the elevated chosen. We alone are fit to succeed Golul Jaja as Dawn Servant.
All peoples are equal in Tulihiola. Your heritage gives you no greater claim to the throne.
Shall we test that idea here and now? See if your strength is equal to ours.
None of this has any bearing on the right of succession, correct? Best not waste your energies on pointless scuffles.
The kitten comes to the house cat's defense.
Pathetic. Since when was our nation overrun by mewling weaklings?
Listen to me, you.
two-headed mamulja. I knew of them, but that's the first I've seen in the flesh.
Some get it into their twin heads that they're destined to follow in my father's footsteps. So they travel to distant lands to hone their battlecraft. Those are likely the ones you've heard about.
Are there other two-headed claimants?
No, just Bakul Jaja. Even in Tural, his kind are far from common. The Mamulja people largely belong to one of three clans. The Hubigo, the Bunewa, and the Dopro. Every once in a great while, a two-headed offspring is born from a union between the brown-scaled Hubigo and the blue-scaled Bunewa. The child grows to possess immense strength, both physical and magical.
Blessed siblings indeed.
Forget them. Let's go and buy more tacos. I can think of nothing better to rid me of this bad taste in my mouth.
Enjoying your tour of the city, I trust. We've seen our share of notable sights and took a moment to rest. As such, we're ready to present ourselves at the palace for the rite of succession. Shall we meet you there?
The palace it is. I'll let Wuklamart know. Destiny calls. Perhaps we can return for more tacos later?
Just
So
wanted
close.
tacos. Why can't we bring some tacos along? I was looking forward to trying some authentic Tuliolal cuisine, but we should hurry and join Alphino and the others at the palace. Alright, it's a bit of a climb to the top, but you can head up from the Resplendent Quarter to even the eastern side of Talon March if you prefer. Now that you have an idea of how the city is laid out, I'll let you find your own way to Volok Shonsa. Ah, my poor empty belly. Why couldn't we just bring along some tacos for her, goddammit? How many of these do I have unlocked? See. That one. And what you Mickey. Okay, that makes sense. So I should be able to use the ports like that. I'm gonna hand in this quest and then I'm going to eat myself up something to eat. It's just like Wuklamat. I'm hungry. fairly certain that like the FPS here is not a PC issue. It's just a settings issue, I guess, or like game issue. Also realized something. Give me a second. It seems like at some point when I was fixing in my PC that I accidentally disconnected the cable responsible for what gets displayed on my CPU cooler. It is not displaying what it should. It's just weird because it means it also isn't properly recording its coolant temperatures. Quickly looking at it. See if I can see the issue. Looks connected, so I guess it would be the cables. Which is a lot harder to tell without opening up the PC, so loud car outside. That would be an issue for future me to deal with. You made it. Good. Then we're all here. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted colibri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Upon speaking to Aaronville, several cutscenes will play out in sequence. We recommend you set aside sufficient time to view the cutscenes in their entirety. In that case, I'm gonna go warm up some food before we start that. All right. I have returned. Fishy mystery has not been solved, but I like it. I'll solve it later. For now, values look decent anyway. Make sure I look around a bit. It's the coin, wiggle around a bit. There we go. Okay, continue. Let's see if they're voice cutscenes. Of course they're not. I'm just gonna be here awkwardly staring at him. All right, and we are back. A certain fluffy cat companion has decided to join us and is now actively blocking my screen. I am guessing that he is demanding cuddles. Of course he is. Who wouldn't? Oh. I have acquainted the twins with the city as best I could in a short time. Their unbridled enthusiasm made it rather difficult. Invariably, something would catch their eye, spurring them to run down an alley to investigate. It was like herding a pair of unruly squirrels. I understand all too well. Charlian had the same effect on me. Right then. Now it's time we saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is, though, there's no telling what we might be in for. The Estinian? Yes, it is.
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Yeah, I feel like both why and how is a good question.
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that woman there.
I see you, warrior.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tural.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout.
Fuck's sake.
I'm not sure I understand.
You witnessed about. If you thought he was fearsome, that was with one head dozing.
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
Lamachi.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solonesh.
It's Erenville now, Dawnservant. I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All tempered.
Then I shall leave you to it.
Ah, all tempered steel. Yet as much as I would enjoy tasting their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Good fortune, my friends.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona. The third promise, Uklamat. And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakun Jaja. You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Serpent. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away, and it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliola is young, and so I look to thee always for inspiration. The right of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamucha at all. So I gave the right of claimant not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize. Seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural and find the City of Gold.
If I may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer as proof my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own four eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliyomo. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions, and we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same, but in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
I like their shields. They're like not very large or like overly designed, but still pretty.
The Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7 tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja just successor and be done with it.
Succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave. You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryle Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time. I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession. But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
I'm so used to playing a game where you can press space to keep going in the story.
As a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
When has politics ever stopped us?
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road.
But what only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another?
So you are committed to your path? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come! It's Saralja! Such a fearsome name. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Saralja.
Take heart, children of the soil. The Resilion son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
Soralja, the first promise and commander of the Landscape. Saralja, the Palasir. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Soralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion, common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Soralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Uklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Soralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you all right?
me a glimpse into Zualja's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss, yet at the same time a roaring, unquenchable fire. It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier.
The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new.
You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawnservant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Charlian's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Charlian. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
How great gracious of you all to cheer the lesser Glavons. Come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamulja tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders, and then you'll see who deserves your fear.
Well said, brother.
The Mamuljar finally found peace in Tuliolal. A pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamulja are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamulja exalted as the ruling class.
Sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliolal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious third promise into your care.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's promise, I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
It's fine. More than anyone, I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat, I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Okay, I have some unfortunate news stream. My CPU seems to be approaching its thermal limits. I don't know why, but whatever is causing the issue with the cooler to not show up is, I think, affecting how much it's pumping liquid. So I keep noticing like a massive drop in frames on the stream because the CPU can't keep up. So I think what I unfortunately need to do is restart my computer, which means ending the stream. But hopefully the queues aren't too bad when I get back. And yeah, so unfortunately that I have to do it, but it just is what it is. I'm assuming what happened was I updated my drivers just before starting the stream, and I suspect they may have fucked something up. But I hope to see you guys soon again. To anyone that is watching and wants to rejoin watching later, thank you very much, and see you soon, hopefully.